Hi Tarot Rebels, and welcome to today's video. I am Michaela from Tarot Rebel and I'm happy to see you joining us. Today I am going to show you the Deva Tarot. No one knows how to pronounce it, so if I make any mistakes, bear with me. I'm going to show you this beautiful deck and what I think of it, and let's see if I can make it a staple in my practice. This is not a tarot reading, but if you want a reading with me, please remember you can use the description box down below to book one if you need one. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, or if you want to see more readings. And let's dive into this. So the Deva Tarot, I got it off of eBay and I think it took me about a month to get to me. It was shipped from Italy. Obviously it is secondhand, as you can see from the state of it. The box is not quite pristine, but that's not a problem for me, at least. It's in really good condition, I would say, for a deck that's been here since 1986, so it's like 35 years old. And it's a vintage deck, as I said, printed in 86 by Triax, but there are other versions of it. I think there's an 82 one, there's an Australian version. I think I've seen a couple of them. This is actually one of my oldest decks to date, and one of my oldest decks of vintage origins, obviously. It cost around 55 or 60 pounds in total. That's including shipping and taxes. And it has 93 cards in total, which is unusual. Obviously this is why I wanted it, because it's such an unusual deck in all the matters of it. And it has one extra major and one extra suit. Now let's dive into this. It's a tuck box as usual. This is the back of the cards, as you can see. The box is not in pristine condition, but it holds the deck really well, so I'm not mad about it. It says Triax Wien 93 Karten cards. Cart, it's in German, English and French. On the sides it says Deva, Tarot, Triax, same thing. This is one of the cards, and this is the back. I'm gonna put the box to the side. And one thing I dislike about some eBay sellers is that they don't say if the deck is from a smokehouse free if it's a smokehouse free purchase or not. And this deck smells quite heavily of cigarettes, which I don't really like. First we have this booklet, which is pretty encompassing, I would say, but it's in French. Some of the versions are in English. I think some of them are in German as well. We have the authors, Herta Dreck, sorry if I'm butchering this, I really apologize, and Roberta Lanfer. Le Tarot Deva, number 1942. All of the decks I've seen online, they all have this number. Triax Wien, and then it says Dessin and Description 1986, imprimé en Autriche. And then it starts with French, and it's a really good guidebook if you know French. I know some French, but Google Translate is of help. These are some 3 extra cards, I think, like to advertise some of their other games. As you can see, the 1901 is the Gypsy fortune telling cards, which I've seen online a lot. Kay Lenormand, Deva, Eclectic Tarot, Tarot de Marseille, booklets with instructions available in English, French, and German, and the same thing but in different languages. So if you're interested, you know what to look for. Okay, I have here my usual Centennial deck, just to show you the differences in sizes. Obviously, as you can see, there's no resemblance in there whatsoever. This is how thick the Deva tarot is and how slim the Centennial is. This is how tall the Centennial is versus the Deva. And that's where the oh, maybe let me show you how this is the Centennial, right? As you can see, this is a very sturdy cardstock. I don't know how thick they are, but they are very thick, and they kind of withstand the test of time. They've lasted 35 years, and they're in really good condition. They're glossy but not too shiny, as you can see, and they're really nice. See, I like the texture of the backs. Okay, I'm not gonna bother you with too much talking, and I'll dive right into. We have the full. All the cards have the same shape. It's like a square overlapped with two ovals, one vertical, one horizontal, maybe, I don't know, and then the whole image is contained within that shape. For the majors, we have the numbers on top, and then the name of the card in the three languages: German, English, and French. This is the full. It's a really nice. This is a very thought-like system, as you will see as we go along. This is the full. The Magician. I like this Magician. It tells such an amazing story. It kind of reminds me, I know it reminds me of Tarzan in a way, but I think it's much more than that. The Priestess, sorry, it's a gorgeous card. I like this. This is her veil, separating this world from the other world. I like it. This is the Empress. I know some people like it. I'm not a fan, but I do appreciate the fact that she doesn't look super pregnant as she usually does. It's more of the luscious side of the Empress, more focused on the beauty, on the abundance of things. This is the Emperor, gorgeous Emperor. I like this. The Antar, or the Hierophant. The Lovers. I like this Lovers card. It also reflects the duality of things. Obviously, it's a standard male-female relationship depicted in it. I'm not super mad about it, considering the day and age when it was produced, but I think the card is gorgeous. The Hierophant. Sorry, why did I say the Hierophant? The Chariot. Apologize. Okay, the Chariot. The Justice card. As I said, this is a thought-like system, not a standard RWS. I like this Justice card, and she has the moons here, the moon and the sun. Sorry. The Hermit is the Searcher in this deck, and I like this approach for this card, and I like the purple tones of it. This is the wheel. The more I look at it, the more I'm obsessed with it. The strength card, being vulnerable, being open, but taming your reactions. This is a gorgeous hangman. I like this. I like this a lot. The death card. Interesting. It's such a wild experience looking at this card. It's making the transition, and it kind of reminds me of that Styx myth from the ancient Greece. The temperance with the cups and one foot in the water. The devil. How about this card? What about this card? You have the pentagram, obviously, to convey that mysticism attached to the card, and then you have the corners of the pentagram pointing at the genitalia of the two enslaved people. I love this card. It's such a wild representation of this devil card. The more I look at it, the more I'm like obsessed with it. The Tower. I like this Tower card, and again I'm reminded when I see the Tower card, I backed this Tower Takeover Tarot deck on Kickstarter, and it was supposed to arrive in December. It still hasn't arrived, which I'm super upset. The Star, the Moon, interesting. The Sun card. If you've watched any of my other walkthroughs, you know I don't like the Sun card, but this one, I like it. It has all the zodiac signs. There's something about it. It speaks to me. It's about community, and coming together and supporting each other. I don't know why this is not the usual interpretation of this card. However, I just feel that warmth when I see it. The Aeon, or the Judgment, usually in French is le siècle, which is the what? I can only think of it in my native language. Okay, so le siècle is the century, but usually this is the Judgment card, right? I like the colors of it. I like the signs attached to it. The Universe, gorgeous. And this is the Separator. This is the extra major, and it represents the different ways in which the energy and matter can coexist. I like the simplicity and the deeper meaning that you can attach to these cards, even if they can baffle you sometime. Based on the book, I've arranged the cards in the order that they're in the book. So the first suit is the Triax. Apart from having an extra suit and an extra major, the deck follows the usual thought system. So you have the 1 to 10s, and then you have the princesses, the princes, the knights, and the queens. So this first suit is the Triax, which is basically the representing the ether or the spirit, the extra fifth element that ties everything together. So you have the Ace. Now, because we're moving on from the majors, we have the number here, and it's not in Roman numerals, and the 3 titles down here. The 2 of Triax, the 3 of Triax, the 4, the 5, very pippish, as I said, but you know that. The 6. I like the 7 of Triax. I really like it. This is a gorgeous 8, and even an even better 9, and a 10th. Okay, moving on to the Princess of Triax. She's so carefree and so energetic. I absolutely love it. The Prince, the Knight, and the Queen. Moving on to the Swords, the Ace, the 2, the 3, gorgeous representation of the 3 of Swords, the 4, this is a gorgeous 5 of Swords, the 6, amazing 7, the 8, I love this 9 of Swords, and the 10. The Princess, gorgeous, carefree, youthful. The Prince, the Knight, and the Queen on the temple. On the throne, sorry. I love it. Moving on to the Cups. Ain't this a lovely 2 of Cups? 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, much better than the traditional RWS representation. This gorgeous 7 of Cups, I love this. 8 of Cups, 9, and 10. Moving on to the Princess, the Prince, the Knight, I like this Knight, and the Queen, gorgeous Queen. Look at her, like, mastering the element. Moving on to the Wands. As you can see, the numbers and the titles have a color that represents the suit itself. So now we have this gorgeous orange red. The 3 of Wands. I love it. I really like this one. But then I see the 4 and I love it even more. This gorgeous 5 of Wands. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that this is a card that stalks me all the time. The 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, the 9, the 10, the Princess, and she's gorgeous, the Prince, the Knight, and the Queen, and she is on the box. And the last but not least, the suit of discs. Okay, so I'm back. My camera decided to shut down for a second, so I had to recharge a bit. We were at the suit of discs. This is another change that this deck has. Instead of the pentacles, we have the discs. The 2 of discs, the 3 of discs. I like this 4 of discs a lot, and I noticed that almost every element had rainbow-like structure at some point. The 5 of discs, gorgeous. The 6, the 7, the 9, the 10. I saw a muffin. Maybe I'm a bit hungry, but I just saw a muffin. The Princess. I like this card a lot. I like the wilderness it expresses through her hair and the butterfly and the coin, right, the disc right in the middle. The Prince. The Knight. Very strong, very determined, very manly, very sure, very confident. I like this energy. And my personal favorite, the Queen of Discs. Look at that abundance. Look at her crown. Look at her disc here. I just like it. As you can see, the deck is quite interesting in terms of art, in terms of additions, in terms of the new suit, new major it introduces. It's a very heavy deck, so you need to study your thought system before going into this, or at least study some numerology before going in using this deck. My personal pet peeve is that I cannot shuffle it in any way. Like if I try to shuffle it hand over hand, might get somewhere, but it will take me ages to be able to mix the 4 of Triax, to mix the cards in a way that makes them blend together. What do I think of this deck? If you're looking for something vintage, something that's not easily accessible, something out of print and of great value, if you're just a collector, I would totally tell you to go for it. If you're a seasoned reader and you want to read with it for your clients, maybe remove the extra cards, all 15 of them, to 15? Are they 15? 14, sorry. Is it? 14 from the Triax and the extra separator. Yeah, so remove all those extra cards and use them as you would do a normal tarot deck. As a beginner, I would not use it. If I were more experienced, probably I will try. I use it for my studies. I use it in conjunction with my numerology studies and my thought studies, which I'm not super confident with at this moment. I have several decks I use at this moment. I tend to go back to blends of decks, so think of the Hermetic Tarot or the Mariel Tarot for this, but I think the knowledge I've been exposed to can allow me to use this deck on myself. I would not use it on others. It feels very personal to me, but again, if you just like to show your clients a different art with which they might resonate, definitely you can use this one. This is a gorgeous deck. The quality is impeccable. As you can see, the cards don't have a scratch on them, and they've been with us for the past 35 years, right? The box obviously could be better. It could have been well preserved, but this wasn't my case, but I'm not mad about it. The only thing I really dislike is the heavy smoke smell. And if you're selling decks online or anything, basically clothes or books or any other kinds of items that can absorb the smell, please make sure to let the buyer know, because had I known, I had a really awful experience with the Psychic Tarot. I know it's not an expensive deck, but I wasn't sure I like it, so I bought it off of eBay secondhand, and I've never used it. This one was a bit better, so I can use it now, and I've been using it for my journaling exercises. But were it as bad as the Psychic Tarot, I would have probably rehomed it. Yeah, so do not riffle shuffle. This is a hefty deck. As you can see, it's quite chunky. I really love it. I'm super happy to have bought it, and I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough with me today. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below, and if you want to get a notification every time I upload, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for joining, and I do hope to see you in another video.